What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Know How, the channel where we make complex things easier.
Hey everyone, so happy to be here today. And honestly, Ken, today's topic is one I really wish someone had told me when I first started learning English.
Same, because today we're going to save you from one of the biggest mistakes English learners make. Everyone thinks you need to master all the tenses to speak well. You do not. You need 5, just 5. And today we're going to show you exactly which ones they are and how to use them in real conversations. Let's get into it.
Okay, so first, how many tenses does English actually have?
Depending on which grammar book you pick up, anywhere between 12 and 16.
16 tenses. I once opened a grammar book, saw the words future perfect continuous, and immediately closed it, and never opened it again.
And never opened it again. But here's the thing. Native speakers who have spoken English their whole lives, most of them only use 5 tenses in everyday conversation.
5.
5. The other 11? You will barely hear them outside of very formal writing or very specific situations. So if you have been stressing about mastering every single tense, you can stop right now. Because today we are giving you the 5 that will get you through job interviews, travel, friendships, work conversations, everything.
I needed to hear this years ago. Let's go.
Okay, tense number 1. And this is the most important one of all. Simple present.
Simple present. Things you do regularly, your habits, your routines, facts about the world.
Exactly. I drink tea every morning. She works at a hospital. Water freezes at 0 degrees. Simple, clean, and powerful.
So this is the tense I use when I talk about my life, my job, where I live, what I do every day.
Yes, think about it. When someone asks you, "What do you do?" or "Where do you live?" you answer in simple present. It is the tense of your identity, who you are, what you do, how you live.
I love that. The tense of your identity. And what is the most common mistake people make with this one?
People say, "I am study English" instead of "I study English." The am is not needed there. For habits and facts, just use the base verb. I eat, she eats, they eat. No am, no is, no are. Just the verb.
Simple present, tense number 1. What is next?
Tense number 2. Present continuous. This is what is happening right now or around this period of your life.
Like, I am learning English right now.
Perfect. Or, she is sleeping. They are building a new road near my house. Something that is in progress, happening at this moment.
Okay, so what is the difference between simple present and present continuous? Because I think this is where a lot of people get confused.
Great question. Imagine your friend calls you and says, "What do you do?" versus, "What are you doing?"
Oh, what do you do means my job or my daily life. What are you doing means right now, this second.
Exactly. I teach English. That is my job. Simple present. I am teaching a class right now. That is happening at this moment. Present continuous.
And I know present continuous also works for future plans, right?
Yes, and this surprises a lot of people. When a plan is already arranged, native speakers use present continuous for the future. I am meeting my friend tomorrow. We are having dinner tonight.
So one tense does 2 jobs.
2 jobs. Very efficient.
Okay, tense number 3. And this one is the storyteller's best friend.
Simple past.
Anytime you are telling something that already happened, yesterday, last week, when you were a child, simple past is your tense. I went to the market yesterday. She called me last night. We had such a good time at the party.
Done. Finished. In the past. But this is where irregular verbs become a nightmare. Go becomes went. Come becomes came. Why can it not just be goed?
I hear this all the time. But here is the good news. You do not need to memorize every irregular verb. Just learn the most common ones. Go, come, eat, see, buy, make, take, get, give, tell, If you know those, you can tell probably 90% of your stories.
90%. That is so reassuring. So I do not need to panic about all of them at once.
Not at all. Learn the common ones first and add more slowly over time. Language learning is a journey, not a race to memorize everything at once.
Simple past, tense number 3. What is for?
Tense number 4, and this one is the one that makes your English sound instantly more natural. Present perfect.
Have plus past participle. I have visited Paris. She has eaten sushi before. We have watched that film 3 times.
Okay, so when do I use this instead of simple past?
Here is the key. When the exact time does not matter, or when the experience is connected to right now, you use present perfect. Think of it as a bridge between the past and the present.
A bridge. I like that.
So if someone asks, have you ever tried Japanese food? They do not care if it was last Tuesday or 5 years ago. They just want to know your experience. You say, yes, I have tried it. Not, yes, I tried it last year.
Unless I want to say when.
Exactly. If you want to add the time detail, you switch to simple past. Yes, I tried it last year when I visited Tokyo. Present perfect for the experience. Simple past when you add the specific time.
So they work together.
They work together perfectly. And present perfect is also great for recent news. Scientists have discovered something incredible. It happened recently, and it is still relevant right now.
That is why news headlines always sound like that. The company has announced. The government has released. I always wondered why they write it that way.
Now you know. Present perfect makes it feel fresh and connected to today. And never opened it again. Okay, last one. Tense number 5. Simple future with will.
This is your go-to for predictions, promises, and decisions you make right now in the moment. I will call you later. It will rain tomorrow. Do not worry. I will help you.
Clean, simple, direct. And this is different from present continuous future, right? Like, I am meeting my friend tomorrow was already planned. But I will is more spontaneous.
Exactly. Present continuous future, I am meeting my friend tomorrow, means the plan already existed before this conversation. Simple future with will, I will meet you there, means I just decided this right now as we are speaking.
Can you give me a quick example so I can really feel the difference?
Sure. Your friend calls and says, "Can you help me move to a new flat this weekend?" You think for a second and say, "Yes, I will help you." That is a decision made right now. That is will.
And if I already knew about it before the call?
Then you say, "Yes, I am helping you this weekend," because it was already arranged.
That actually just clicked for me. I used will for everything before. I had no idea there were 2 completely different ways to talk about the future.
Most learners do that. And honestly, using will for everything is not a disaster. People will still understand you. But once you know both, you sound so much more natural.
Okay, let's do a quick review. Run through all 5 for me.
Number 1, simple present. I drink coffee every day. Number 2, present continuous. I am drinking coffee right now. Number 3, simple past. I drank coffee this morning. Number 4, present perfect. I have never drunk black coffee before. Number 5, simple future. I will drink coffee after this video.
You used coffee for all 5.
I was thirsty. What can I say?
Okay, listeners, imagine someone at a party asks you, "So you speak English?" And now, with these 5 tenses, you can say, "I study English every day. Right now, I am working on my fluency. I started 2 years ago. I have made so much progress since then. And one day, I will speak English completely naturally."
5 tenses, 1 powerful answer.
And that is the whole point. Not to impress people with complicated grammar. Just to communicate clearly and confidently. These 5 tenses cover probably 95% of real conversations. Work, travel, friendships, stories, plans, all of it.
You do not need all the tenses. You just need the right ones.
Okay, here is your challenge before you go. Using any of the 5 tenses we talked about today, write one sentence about yourself in the comments. Something like, I have always wanted to speak English fluently. Or, I am working on my English every day. Or, I will never stop learning. Even if it has a mistake, share it. That is how you learn. We read every single comment and we want to see yours.
If this video helped you, please hit the like button. It really helps Know How reach more people. Subscribe so you never miss our next video. Every sentence you say in English is progress. Keep going. See you in the next one. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.